happened to our video of Rob Gronkowski? Remember when you were a big deal and we used to have an intro video for you, a hype video?
Yeah, that intro video was getting a little bit old now. We kind of need a new one of me being at all my inductions into all the Hall of Fames that I've been going into over the last couple of weeks. The Boston Hall of Fame, the Buffalo Hall of Fame, maybe one day the Canton Hall of Fame, and that will be the new introduction video from here on out.
We got to get a little Dudes on Dudes, getting an Emmy. We got to get, like, there's a lot, Fox Sun. There's a lot we can do. There's got to be a slow-mo of you coming out of the health. Yeah, you're right. That is completely our bad. I promise you that in 2025, you will have a brand new highlight reel, hype video. Love having you on the show. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll get into all sorts of things. But, I was at the pool. I'm flipping through Fortune magazine yesterday, and I'm reading about you and this genius investment you made a decade ago.
Yeah, I did. Actually, Julian and I, we were on a little tour. I think it was 2 days ago, actually, just promoting our new podcast, Dudes on Dudes, which obviously we did 2 weeks ago here on your show when he came on, which was really cool. And the podcast is going well, but we were talking to Fortune.com or Fortune 500 or whatever the news article it was we were talking to. And they just asked me my best investment. And it just made me recall the time when my contractor just kept telling me every single day, hey, invest in Apple, invest in Apple. And I'm like, I don't really know anything about stocks. I'm 23 years old, 24 years old. It's like, I don't know. And then finally I just did it. Obviously, knowing me, I felt like the appropriate number would be 69,000 to put in. And then it was probably it was the best investment I have made to this day, no doubt about it.
Who do you credit for being good with money? Because you're good. That's sort of a thing that follows you around. People see Gronk and they're like, he's good with money. I've heard that a lot. Why are you good with money?
I mean, I would just say because I just basically get the basics, It's not like I'm out there, buying materialistic objects like watches, chains, even though I do have a chain, but I waited for a couple of years in order to get the chain when I was financially stable. And the chain's really cool. But I just never really went out there and bought expensive cars, no big lavish house. I just kept it basic for the first 4 years. I was just renting a condo with a buddy, splitting rent, which was like $1,200 a month. That's nothing compared to an NFL paycheck. So just kept it simple and easy.
Is there anything you regret buying? Is there a purchase that you're like, I shouldn't have bought that?
I actually bought this. Do you hear my dog barking? He's trying to get the ball underneath the couch. Well, if he's still going in,
Hi, Ralphie.
I'll
Happy Thanksgiving, Ralphie.
But I bought this. It was a really cool Monster Jeep. So I'm sponsored by Monster, obviously Energy. So my friend was at an auction and he sent me a picture. He's like, "Yo, this is a Jeep and it's all decked out in Monster gear." And and I was like, no way, that looks really cool. It's an off-road. It had the off-roading tires. It had no rooftop to it. And I had him buy it for me at the auction. I never even looked at the car. I didn't even know if it ran or anything. I'll buy that thing for me at the auction. And it was $23,000 actually that it costed. It got shipped to me. And then I rode it around my neighborhood 2 times for about a total of maybe 4 miles. And I felt like I was going to flip in the thing. It felt really dangerous. And then I shipped it off to get it, redone and upgraded and everything. And then I never seen it again. And then eventually I sold it from that, wherever I shipped it off to, I sold it from there for about $3,000. So it was possibly the worst investment of all time, but it's okay. It's a learning lesson.
I think you should replace, I don't know if you should be on that shark show. I'd like to see you. I think somebody on your family was on it, but I think I feel like you could be a shark.
Yes, Shark Tank, yes. My brother was actually on it with his company, Ice Shaking, when he started about 5-6 years ago. And then we went on as a family, all my brothers and I, and we've played them in Flip Cup, actually, and absolutely dominated them, which was kind of weird. They were kind of really uncoordinated, trying to flip the cup. I thought they would at least have some type of skills, but they didn't. So being a shark would be kind of cool. Well, I don't think I got time for that, Kay. I'm busy already.
Do you want to go get Ralphie?
Yeah. Ralphie,
hold on. Ralphie is he clearly wants to talk to you.
This is what happens. This ball gets stuck underneath the couch in between the pillows right here, and then he just digs the whole time and barks at it, and then he gets it back, and then he just does it again. So let's see if he does. I just launched it. He's chasing it now.
Okay, while we do that, let's play, since you're our resident shark, I want to do a rapid fire of sort of buy or sell. We're talking investments, Fortune magazine, you're $69,000 in Apple. Here we go. I want to know if you're buying or selling the Bengals. They basically need to win out, Gronk, to get into the playoffs. Steelers, Cowboys, Titans, Browns, Broncos, and then the Steelers again to end the season. Are you buying that the Bengals make the playoffs?
No, I'm selling that they're going to make the playoffs. I mean, they're a good team, and obviously their slow start at the beginning of the year finally caught up to them. Usually they can overcome that over the previous years, but they're going to have to change something in the offseason program this year and in training camp next year, so they get off to about a 3-0 start, a 2-0 start next year, because it's derailing them at this time right now. They're going to not make the playoffs, like I said at the beginning of the year. Kay, it's too tough of a schedule. Too many tough opponents, especially 2 times versus Steelers, and they got to win out to make the playoffs, basically. I'm selling.
Steelers this weekend make me nervous. Waymo self-driving cars. These are those cars like an Uber with nobody in it. Are you buying or selling those?
Well, actually, that's a good thing that when I was in Arizona a couple weeks ago with my agent, he goes, yo, look, I'm getting picked up by a car that drives itself. And I was in shock. I truly didn't believe it. And I walked outside to the parking lot where the valet is, and I saw this car pull up and pick him up, and there was no driver. And then I videoed him going away as well. And he sent me a video of him on the highway. I was mind blown. I'm buying. I think it's one of the coolest things out there. And I feel like it's safer as well, because technology these days, especially with Elon Musk out there, I think it's just booming more and more. I'm buying.
Gronk's buying Elon Musk. There's a headline. Okay, Brian
Here we go.
Daboll.
Are you buying or selling that Ralphie's going to keep barking? I'm buying because he's a maniac.
I just think you need to cuddle him. Why are you go pick him up, scoop him up, give him some love.
All right.
Give him some
Just shout at him a little bit. He's good.
Don't shout at him. Okay, how about Brian Daboll? Are you buying Brian Daboll or selling Brian Daboll as the head coach of the Giants next year?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, this is tough because, like I said, like I've always said, he was my tight end coach for 3 years in New England. We won a Super Bowl together. I loved him as my coach. He made football fun. So it's hard to go against him because of the relationship that we have. So I'm going to buy that he's the head coach of the Giants next year. There's so many head coach turnarounds. I just feel like they need more opportunity and more of a chance to continue to develop and grow. So I give them at least one more year. I'm buying it.
Love that. Or he'll go, if they did get rid of him, I imagine you'd think that he might just have better luck in a better situation somewhere else. Like he's one of those coaches that if they got rid of him, he would be a hot little name out there.
You think so? You think so? Usually, I mean, I hope so too. But I mean, definitely an offensive coordinator role. There'll be a position, available for him, but maybe just not as a head coach. Because sometimes when these head coaches get canned at such a young age, they don't really hop to another team right away. But in some cases they do. But I can like Josh McDaniels. He went to the Broncos first year, and then he took off being a head coach for a while. Then he went back to the head coaching situation. But we'll see. I hope he continues to have success. I mean, I hope he has success in the future with the Giants.
Yeah. Okay, they play the Cowboys tomorrow. We'll get to that, guys. Put your bets in over on FanDuel Sportsbook for that. How about a let's get through these a little quicker. A midday Thanksgiving nap. Are we buying or selling?
I'm buying. Anytime you can get a power nap, ooh, you're good for the rest of the night.
I can't imagine you power napping.
I was actually about to take one at 10:45 right before I got on the show, 10:45 Eastern for about 15 minutes, but I just powered through it. I took a shot of espresso actually instead.
A shot of espresso. We love it. The Bucks, your Bucks, a 9 seed right now in the NFC. Okay, buy or sell. The Bucks are in the playoffs.
Oh, this is a tough one, but I'm going to buy just because their division isn't that, credible. I mean, everyone's around 500. The Atlanta Falcons have been tanking the last couple games as well, which has been great for the Buccaneers. So I'm buying them. Hopefully they turn it on. I mean, Baker Mayfield's been an absolute dog lately. So bye.
Geno Smith, he goes to MetLife. He played there, of course, didn't go that well. He's killing it for the Seahawks right now. Are you buying that he'll get applause from that New York Jets crowd?
I don't. I'm gonna send the voicemail. Getting a call. Just sent them the voicemail. Don't worry, Kay. I'm back in the show. I'm gonna say I'm going to sell it because I don't believe that he should get an applause or he should get booed. I think it should just be neutral because he gave his best shot when he was there, but like it didn't really work out, you know? So I just think it should be neutral. I don't think there should be love given from the fans because he didn't really do much, but also it's not like he tanked or anything. So I'm going neutral. I still sell.
It's very fair. I was watching, so Packers play the Dolphins tomorrow. We're going to get into all the Thanksgiving games. You've got some cool parlay stuff going on. We'll do some props, which you killed, and I can't believe you haven't even brought it up yet. Very classy of you, Gronk. But I do want to ask you, I was talking to Levante David yesterday. It's just so fun. Such a legend. Love him. I was listening to the broadcast, Brady, who's killing it, Niners, Packers, and there was a play that caught my eye. Take a look at this.
24-7 here. As Allen gonna let one go in the middle. Oh, what a catch by George Kittle. It was behind him. He spun around and get it. That was sick.
And I like that throw by Allen. Gives his receiver a chance to make a catch. I ran that play about 1,000 times to Gronkowski. I know it well. And I know that the defender, when they're tracking from behind, hard for them to get their head around. Really good throw and catch by Allen and Kittle.
I could, without seeing him, hear his head sort of go back to as all the times that you guys ran that Brady Gronk special. What is the Brady Gronk special?
Well, first off, I liked how Tom Brady called me Rob Gronkowski there. That was maybe the first time I've heard him ever call me by my, first and last name instead of just saying Gronk, especially to the fans out there that just know me by Gronk. So that was actually a pretty cool moment right there. But what made it so special is we put the work in. We built that chemistry up throughout my rookie year, all the way through the time that I retired, and just built upon it every single practice, running routes after practice, making sure that we're on the same page. And to have that back shoulder, it's kind of like a back shoulder play, type of connection that Brady always told me, hey, even when you're covered, you're always open because you're bigger than the defender and you're also more athletic, so you can go make the play. So the guy's on me. So Tom's such a great quarterback, and that quarterback right there, the backup for the 49ers, he knows that Kittle is covered right there, but he also knows if you throw it back shoulder, since the guy's a little bit ahead of him, that Kittle's athletic enough to turn around and make that catch and use his body because he's a bigger guy than the guy that's defending him, which is going to basically be at all times, because we're tight ends, we're basically bigger than all linebackers and safeties. Just box him out a little bit and go and make that play. And that's what George Kittle did. And that's where tight ends make their bread and money is right there. Right there on those type of throws and plays.
Love that. We have a Thanksgiving triple header. By the way, Levante David, or later in that broadcast, Brady said that he's working tomorrow for that game, of course, on Fox. He said he was going to eat turkey, or him and Kevin are going to be like needing bibs or something like that. And Levante David said, I've never seen him eat anything.
It's actually the truth.
Yeah, he's not eating turkey. There is though, Gronk. There's one, I think it was pre-Gronk Patriots, where he is, there's an image that comes into my head where he is biting into that cold Sunday Night Football turkey leg.
Yeah, well, did he take a bite and it was probably for TV, and then he probably turned around and just went and spit it right out.
Yeah, that's good acting by Tom Brady. Triple header tomorrow: Bears, Lions to start the day, Giants and Cowboys, and then we have Dolphins, Packers to cap it off. You cooked up something for the first game tomorrow. Let's take a look at your Gronk makers. You got David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who else?
For a touchdown, right?
Yeah, you got Jameson Williams
and DeAndre Swift. Correct.
I love it. All of those guys need to score a touchdown. It's like plus 3,359 odds or something crazy. And this was a preview, guys. It's not on the site yet. So this is a little preview for all of you who want to go have some fun on FanDuel Sportsbook before you go out and get drunk the night before Thanksgiving, like all people should. Go and make sure you guys get this. Amazing odds. This is very aggressive by Gronk. Very aggressive, but I'd love to see it. The Lions, my friend, are 10.5-point favorites tomorrow. Who wins?
Well, first off, you want to know why that same game parlay is going to hit tomorrow? Because last week I was 0 for 4, I'm pretty sure, for my anytime touchdown scorer. So let me tell you, when you're 0 for 4, you bet on me the next week, because I know how to make a comeback and I know what's going on. So bet that. The odds are good. If you want to, make some money overnight on Thanksgiving Day. Do that same game parlay. But we got the Detroit Lions and Chicago Bears. I mean, I'm going with the Detroit Lions. They're too fearless. I love just how they're playing. I love Coach Dan Campbell. They're a true football team. They run the ball. They pass the ball. Jared Goff has just been a stable quarterback in that pocket and just been running the offense very well. So Detroit Lions, no doubt about it.
All right, love it. Let's bring in Hamilton. Hamilton, take it away. A little turkey. People eat turkey. We like ham around here. Hammy, give us some props. Let's go. Let him brag.
All right, the Gronkening is happening. Okay, you went 1 for 3 last week. Gronk, a perfect 3 for 3. So your lead is down to just 2 at 17-15. What do you have to say, Gronk?
Oh, yeah. Football doesn't start until Thanksgiving, and now I'm about to start. And I knew Thanksgiving was around the corner, and that's why I went 3 for 3. And I'm ready to continue the success and take over and have victory by end of the season, baby. Let's go. Whoa!
All right, let's keep that success rolling, Gronk. We got a special one for you here because Amon-Ra St. Brown's line for receiving yards is set at 69.5. So do you think he goes over or under that?
Well, I just talked about in the media over the last couple of days that I've invested $69,000 in Apple, and it just skyrocketed. So Amon-Ra St. Brown is on the same page. He is going over, baby.
All right, okay, on the Bears side of that one, Caleb.
Gronk, you don't even know who you were talking. It's Fortune Magazine. You're like, I talked to Fortune 500. So you're the funniest person I've ever met. Go ahead, Hammy. Go ahead.
All right, on the Bears side of that game, Caleb Williams' line for passing yards is 227.5. So does he go over or under that?
Everyone's complaining on Twitter that I go over too much. The problem was I over celebrated too early. Gronk's completely right, but I'm going to hit the over here anyway. He's beaten that in both games, that line. Bears are going to have to throw a lot, I think, to stay in this one. I think it's a little closer than people are expecting. But even if it's not, game script is on his side to sort of keep throwing and throwing. So I'm going to go over.
All right, Gronk, let's move to Giants-Cowboys now. The line for Tyrone Tracy's rushing yards is 63.5. So does he go over or under that?
I think he's going to go under. I mean, Micah Parsons, the Cowboys, they kind of have some momentum rolling right now because of last week. So I think they're going to stop him, and he's fresh. He's a fresh face, so I'm going under.
Yeah, he's had a couple fumbles too. You wonder how that plays into his usage. I like that one. Okay, CeeDee Lamb's line for receiving yards is 67.5. So does he go over or under that against this Giants secondary?
I hate those. I love Gronk with those Fox promos about eating lamb. I'm going to say he's averaging like 80 yards a pop, okay? The volume is happening with Cooper Rush. He's got a lot over the past 2 weeks, so I'm seeing that there's a little like resume, a little track record. They're going to feed him, and I think it's going to be hard for the Giants to keep him from doing the damage. I'm going to go over.
All right, let's move to that Thanksgiving nightcap. Dolphins-Packers. Gronk, give me one touchdown scorer for Green Bay in this one.
Oh, I'm going to go with Christian Watson. I'm not going to do the obvious with Josh Jacobs. He's minus 165. Christian Watson, this guy's a touchdown scorer, especially his rookie year. He's going to show out. He's due for one. Let's go.
All right, Kay, your turn. One anytime touchdown scorer for the Dolphins.
I'm going to go Tyreek Hill. Okay, he's not scored. Where has he been? He's not been in the headlines. And then all of a sudden he's popped off. Tua's back there looking better. I'm in on the Dolphins. He scored in 2 of the last 3, by the way. He's going to keep it rolling. So to recap, I'm going to say Caleb Williams, because of game script, is going to have to throw. They looked good to me last week. 227.5. CeeDee Lamb over his receiving yard line on FanDuel Sportsbook. Tyreek Hill, anytime touchdown. Gronk Scott Amon-Ra over 69.5, wink, wink, yards. Gronk has Tyrone Tracy with the under 63.5. Christian Watson, anytime touchdown score. FanDuel's offering all customers a no-sweat same-game parlay. By the way, for the games tomorrow, there's 3. It's a turducken of goodness over on FanDuel Sportsbook. So head to FanDuel Sportsbook and claim your no-sweat token. Basically, you can use it on any 3+ leg same-game parlay and with plus 400 odds or longer that you put together with a mix and mash, whatever you want with the Thanksgiving games, which is awesome. You can use Gronk and Eyes. Gronk is pulling away almost, if I'm freaking out, guys. Go listen to Dudes on Dudes with Robert Gronkowski, as Brady would say. Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the chicken souffle.
Yes. Hey, Kay, happy Thanksgiving. Hamilton, happy Thanksgiving. And I'm just thankful for the FanDuel team as well and being able to come on the show and share Ralphie with the world every single time.